computer. Okay. All right. So what I was going to talk to everybody about today is this word healthy. It's funny because it's like, it's a great word to describe things, yet it's been so overused and so, like it's like this marketing label, right? Where you can just say, this is healthy, this is healthy. But just because it's healthy, right? Just because it's a nutritional food or it has some benefits, doesn't mean it's like if you eat it, you lose weight, or you eat it and you gain, get to your goals, whatever your goal is, right? Most of the time people want to talk about weight loss. So what I wanted to talk about, at least lately, I've been seeing a lot of social media posts that talk about, eat this or this, right? And it shows the calories to them. And today I'd put one up that had a piece of toast and it had jam on it. And that was like 170 calories. And then it had a piece of toast and peanut butter and banana. And that was 330 calories. Well, the piece of toast with jam would be considered not as healthy, right? Or unhealthy, because it doesn't have a lot of nutritional value. The piece of toast with the peanut butter and banana would be considered healthy, right? Those are all things that are considered in the healthy realm. Yet, if you're going for weight loss and you're watching your calories, then the jam is probably going to benefit you in the calorie deficit piece of things. Or maybe you're eating the banana and peanut butter and toast thinking, I'm eating healthy, why aren't I losing weight? Right? Because that's kind of how you like, we kind of get in this, like, it's same thing with nuts. Everybody's like, nuts are healthy. But if you're eating handfuls of nuts, you're getting so many calories, right? So you really have to look at these things together and go for nutrition, obviously. I mean, you want the whole foods. You want things that have good nutrition in them. But you also need that calorie deficit. And you need to it's not just eating the healthy foods, it's eating them in portions that get you to your goal, right? So the healthy piece isn't really quite as important as the calorie deficit if your goal is weight loss. You're going to feel better on foods that are more nutritious, but it doesn't necessarily mean you're going to lose weight because it's healthy. Does that make sense? I feel like I'm going around in circles with it, but that's just one of those things. And so that's when I had talked about if anybody had any healthy food labels, right? Because I see a lot of snack foods that are healthy. They have good nutrition, they have good nutrients, but they may be too calorie dense, or if you're eating more than a serving size, or you're not planning how many calories are in that snack, then that's not necessarily going to get you to your goals. So you definitely want to be aware of, what kind of calories are going into your snacks. So does anybody have any labels? Lily's on the beach in Hawaii, so she's not going to have a label.
I have a label, but to your point of healthy versus what should be healthy, that was me with salads. Like, I would load my salad up with all kinds of goodies, and I'd be like, oh, I'm eating a salad though. Like, this is healthy for me. And then I could have been eating the damn cheeseburger, which was probably half the calories, because I didn't add blue cheese to my cheeseburger. I didn't add sesame seeds. I didn't add, bacon. I didn't add, 500 calories worth of dressing. I mean, by the time you're done with it, the salad is not healthy for you, even though you think it might be.
Right. So. And most of the time in those salads, right, like you're starting with iceberg or romaine, which is like so nutritionally valuable. Right. So it's like, you can, going into it, you really have to think, okay, what's the most nutritional value, or what's the volume I want to eat, and then go from there, right? Because you can make different volumes of things fit into it. You can put much more exciting vegetables in your salad to make it like a sexy salad, like Alana likes to say, and it looks good. And then you can throw some protein in there. And then you still just do a minimal amount of dressing, because you've got all these flavors in there with the vegetables, with peppers and peas or pea pods and, whatever you want to put in it. And you put a little accessory in, or a blue container, whatever plan you're on, and it makes it all taste great. Yeah. And then it, kind of goes along with the mentality of healthy and not healthy, or good food and bad food. Like salad, good food, right? You think this is like it is kind of diet culture food, right? If you eat a salad, then you must lose weight. I mean, that's just the way it goes, right? You're eating like a rabbit. And that's just not, it's not necessarily the case, right? Because you may not be getting enough of the other macronutrients in there to sustain you to the next meal. So then you may end up binging, or you may end up eating too much at the next meal because you were so unsatisfied with this healthy salad, right? So there's so many little connections there to make. And I'm of the opinion I'd rather eat what sounds good, but you can make it more nutritious, right? Like I posted in our group the what's called beef macaroni I made last night. It was hamburger helper, right? I'm like, oh my God, I just made hamburger helper. Like I've avoided this for years. And now come to find out it was a really, really delicious recipe. And I'm like, but with the right things in it, it fits into the plan, right? I had pasta with more fiber. So it wasn't just a plain or a white flour pasta. It was a whole wheat flour pasta. You could do the bean pastas. And then you have the, if you do lean ground beef, that gets you closer to things too, to fit in the macros. And it didn't have all that much cheese, but it like legit tasted like hamburger helper. I mean, a better version to me than, because I think if I ate the boxed hamburger helper now, I'd be like,
Ooh, no.
it all like all the fakeness. But it was really, really good. Highly recommend. But that's like where things like, you can make these things, right? You just make them in a way that still puts you on track to your goals, yet you still get the satisfaction of the flavors, the comfort. I mean, it was a total comfort food dish to have something like that. Are you muted? Oh, you're muted, Lily.
I was. There's a garbage truck or something over there. The other
I'm still having my coffee.
building over.
So yeah, so that's all I want.
No, I only have one label that I brought.
Oh, okay, then let's hear it. I love that you bring the labels from Hawaii.
Okay, so I found these. Well, I am on vacation, so I drink. I'm just telling you now. So this is a hard seltzer from Costco. And I know you've already talked about these, but so 100 calories, 2 carbs, 2 sugars, 0 protein, obviously, because it's alcohol. Is it better for me to have this, or does it not really matter versus like a straight shot of whiskey?
So my opinion is, like, how much do you want to feel the alcohol, right? Because you're gonna feel it more off of a shot and not have to have many more drinks after. Whereas a seltzer, you may end up, maybe you're drinking more through your day. So let's say maybe you have 4 or 5 because you don't ever quite really feel the effects of the alcohol, and maybe that's what you're striving for. Because if you're not striving for any effects from the alcohol, I'd say just go get a regular seltzer, right? Then you have no extra calories. But if you want to have some of the buzz feel, then a hard alcohol drink's going to get you there more efficiently. That makes sense?
Yeah, I just like having, I just like having a drink every, I'm not drinking it to get buzzed or to feel the buzz feeling, I guess. I just like having a drink on the beach or wherever.
Yeah.
I'm at.
So and I think if you're only having 1 or 2, doesn't matter. But if you're having 4 or 5 to make up, to just have 1 drink, then that's where you get it, you're getting more than you have to have for the same.
Yeah, no, that's not me. I just like to have, something on the beach, but
something fizzy.
Yeah, something fizzy.
Just in time to talk alcohol.
Yeah, so that's the only label I have.
Lily's drinking on the beach.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you know what? That's funny. I just threw out my mixer. can go get that label. We can compare it.
Well, so we were talking about healthy labels. Do you have anything in your kitchen that's labeled like healthy or health food that like would be marketed to you as healthy, that we can look at the label and decide if it's actually a good choice?
Oh, I have a healthy granola actually.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, I've got some Kashi cereals.
Okay, yeah, that's a good one.
All right. Do you want me to read it, or do you want to wait till somebody
Yeah, go
else first? Okay. So I've got the Kashi honey almond flax crunch, 9 grams of protein.
What's it say on the front? Does it talk about like whole grains or the like a gram amount of?
It says, it says plant protein and multigrain clusters, honey, almond, and flax seeds, 13 whole grains, 8 grams of fiber, 500 milligrams of omega-3s.
Okay.
That sounds all good to me.
It does sound good, right? So it says 13 grams of whole grains, right? So let's go to the back and see per serving, like what your dietary fiber compared to carbs are.
Okay. So 8 grams of fiber.
That's good.
35 carbs. Of the 8 grams of fiber, 5 are soluble, 3 are insoluble. I don't know if that makes a difference.
It doesn't.
Total sugars is 12, carbs is 35, and that's fat is 5, and that's for 200 calories with 3/4 cup.
So 3/4 of a cup. So that's going to be more than a yellow. Or it'll be like a yellow plus a blue or something like that. It'll be more than just one container. It could be like a yellow plus a teaspoon or something like that. Because the 200 calories per serving.
Okay.
Piece. But I wonder if you poured it into a yellow, that'd be a half cup, and I bet you'd be really close to the right amount of calories for a yellow.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true.
All right. Well, that actually, like, the front seems to match the back, right? Where it's got a decent amount of fiber compared to your carbs.
Yeah.
And for anybody watching the replay, that's you want 1 gram of fiber to every 10 grams of carbs minimum. So anytime it's over that 1 to 10 ratio, it's good. It's considered a fiber-filled carb.
I've got some Dave's Killer Bread too.
Oh yeah, that's what I eat.
This is our favorite granola when we come to Maui.
You're already tan. Lily's already tan.
I know, that's what I thought too. I didn't say it yet, but I was like, gosh, she's already got a tan.
Yeah. It's all fake. It's all fake so I can slather 50 on me and then I don't have to worry about it. So this says fresh and natural pure Hawaii on the front, but I don't buy it because it's supposed to be natural. I buy it because I like it.
Right.
Just is what it is. So serving size half a cup. It's 210 calories, 11 grams of fat. Let's see, 24 grams of carbs, 3 fiber, 9 sugar, and 5 protein.
So it's got a lot more fat content versus
yeah,
carbs.
Because it has oats, honey, sunflower seeds, coconut, canola oil, walnuts, sesame seeds, dry non-fat dry milk powder. Interesting, and pure vanilla.
Is the coconut oil the fat? Is that?
No, so there's coconut, walnuts, and seeds in there.
Yeah.
And there's canola oil. So all of those are going to add up. And that coconut was fairly high on the list.
Yes.
Probably makes it feel more Hawaii, right?
Which is why I like it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes. Yeah, I'm a big fan of anything coconut. So so this is one of our favorites. But yes, it does have a lot of fat. Obviously, the 11 grams of fat, but the carbs to fiber is okay.
It definitely is. Yeah. Yep.
So, and I'm not sure I would have a half a cup. I probably would have a fourth of a cup in my yogurt.
Oh yeah.
So,
Yeah.
because
A half a cup or a full cup was 210 calories.
no, a half a cup is 210.
Oh, okay.
So
I guess I'd probably, yeah, I mean, that's a tough one because it's not like it's fully a yellow. It's like it's kind of a teaspoon maybe in a yellow, like a half a yellow. I don't know.
yeah, that is a tough because it has so much.
They're all good fats, right? They're all fats that have other nutritional values like omega 3s and 6s and things like that. So maybe you could do like half blue, half yellow or something for a full half cup.
Yeah, it's my Hawaii favorite. So.
Just enjoy it, and then
I am.
Throw it on some pineapple.
I worked out this morning at, what was that, 4:30 this morning, our time here.
Wow.
Well, the Zoom calls got to go on. So.
Oh my God, that's 4:30 is crazy.
Well, but you go to bed at like 10 here, so it's still 6.5 hours of sleep, or because it's dark by 9 here. So,
okay.
And we're 2 hours from Seattle time, so it makes a difference.
It's only 2 hours. I was thinking it was 3.
It's 3 in the fall.
Oh, I didn't know they did 2 different times.
When the time changes, then it switches to 3.
Okay.
So like if you come in October, it's 3 hours.
Okay.
So yeah. So, well, those are the only labels I have for you today.
Right.
You don't want my cheese label and my tortillas and stuff like that.
Does anybody else have any labels they want to chat about tonight?
I don't have a label.
Or any questions regarding any Tubi stuff or UPF?
I could go get that strawberry lime mixer bottle. It only had 5 calories.
I think Robin has a question. Let's go there first, and then we'll see if we need the mixer.
So I had one of my customers ask me about how she could cut down on her salt intake. So
don't eat processed foods.
But I think she is she's a sweet, salty.
Okay.
Eater. So she has Shakeology, and so she's hoping that is going to help her with her sweet. So she's like, I just don't know about the salt.
So, like, does she feel like she has a problem with how much salt she has, or she's worried about her cravings of salty things?
I think the craving the salty things.
So that's where you can get into maybe just a little, like you could do cucumbers with a little chili powder and a little salt and lime juice. So it's like a little salt kind of goes a long way on some of those watery veggies, but you feel like you're getting kind of some crunch and some salt, or like kale chips. Things that like don't have a lot of caloric impact, but you still get that saltiness.
Okay.
And if you're adding the salt, like Himalayan salt or even, kosher salt, regular salt, you're going to put less than any time you would have had a processed thing. So it's always better for you applying it versus buying something already done.
Okay.
And depending what plan she's on, Alana talks a lot about bean chips. Like she loves the bean chips for a snack. So if you need that salty crunch too, that's an option. You just have to watch your serving sizes.
Okay.
But
all right.
I know Alana's done some videos on that. And they're all really great. They're all FFCs. They're really great for fiber and minimal ingredients and things like that.
Okay. All right.
So
perfect.
yeah, you need it in a pinch. But I noticed there's definitely times where I'm like, I need something salty.
Yeah.
And it's usually, it kind of depends on, it's not all the time anymore for me, but it also depends on how much I ate and how recently. Like if I just would eat a meal and then I'd be done with it.
Is it better to eat salty nuts or salty like FFCs? What do you, or does it matter?
FFCs. I would say FFCs. Nuts are going to be mostly fat, and you've got that's nine calories per gram. So you could easily overeat too many calories on a nut. The hard part is that you're not going to be as full on the FFC, so you may end up eating more. You just have to stick to your portions, right? So the nuts, you got to go a blue, which is what, like 10 almonds or 20 almonds?
Not very much.
Now, somewhere in there.
Which is
I
why
have a
you overeat.
Yeah,
what
Kim.
about what are Bragg's liquid aminos? Is that a salty does that have salt in it? Is that like a
Yeah,
salty
so
alternative?
it's what people use as an alternative to soy sauce.
Okay.
I've never kind of it's a little different tasting. I have not grown accustomed to it, so I just get tamari, which is I get a low sodium tamari, which is a gluten-free, low sodium soy sauce.
Okay. I bought some with the reset. I used it a little bit in the reset, but it wasn't something I just wondered if it was something I should be using in other cooking, but
It would totally replace soy sauce. So you could look for recipes with the amino acids in it, or
Stir
coconut.
fries. Stir fries are the best with that.
Yeah.
I use coconut amino acids and then the Bragg's amino acids as well. And so like my kids love chicken and rice and then the Bragg's on it.
okay.
And I put Bragg's on my salad instead of dressing
Oh.
sometimes, or coconut aminos on my salad. I put it in stir fries with rice. You can make like a noodle stir fry and put that as the sauce as well. It's really
Okay.
good. So yeah,
Cool.
definitely a good alternative.
All right.
Any other questions? You don't have a label, Deanna?
I didn't bring one. I don't have any I don't have a lot of pre-made food other than the crap like I sometimes buy my kids. Thank God the Doritos are gone. Those entered the house after my husband went to the grocery store.
Uh-oh.
I'm like, these aren't even like close to real food. But yeah, it's funny because my kids always whine because like we have lots of ingredients for things in the kitchen. I'm like, you can make your own cookies. I'm like, I don't usually go get a lot of stuff that's already done. So like you can learn to cook.
That's I just picked up a cookbook. That's how I learned.
Yeah. And last night my son made they're the best chocolate chip cookies. He has this recipe book that's from a video game, and every recipe in there has been amazing. Like really culinarily solid, delicious food. And this one is it uses some oats and dark chocolate and browned butter, and they're the best chocolate chip cookies. So
Yum.
Interesting.
I've already had 3 today, and I'm just like, okay, we need to get these in the freezer so that they're out of my way. They are delicious. Thank goodness.
Sounds like it.
Yeah, thank goodness they take a while to make, so they don't get made very often. But well, all right, you guys. If there's no more questions, we can kind of wrap it up, and yeah. We'll figure out some hot topic for next week. If anybody has one, I'm trying to think of what's coming up like in our groups. That would be we could talk about self-love with food since we have our self-love. Oh, I should talk about that really quick. So we've got 2 free groups happening in the next week. So there's the free meal prep class that I'm hosting on Sunday at 11:30 Pacific. You're going to have a shopping list. We're going to prep 3 different recipes. There'll be egg cups, turkey chili, and the slow cooker chicken tacos, which you can make into taco bowls. And then right away Monday, we're starting on I don't remember what we named it. Love Yourself. group so far, but I think we were naming it something different at some point. But it's basically a self-love group. Each day there's going to be a new topic for just giving yourself a little more love and going into Valentine's weekend so that you can feel all that self-love. So both those groups are coming up. Obviously, get with your coach to get the links. And I will be posting all of the information for the meal prep group directly into our groups so that you guys can just, take it from there and click on it. So
Thank you. I'm excited.
yeah, I am too. I think it's going to be really fun. I mean, I'm just excited that we get to get something done, right? It's not just another group where you're watching someone else do it or listening to someone else do it. We're all in the kitchen. And when we're done, I think it'll take us about roughly an hour to just really get all that stuff, prepped, ready, and figured out. So it'll be pretty sweet to have all those meals ready to go.
Yeah, you bet.
All right, you guys. Well, have a good night.
Thank you.
And we'll
Thank you.
talk to you soon.
Thank
Go
you.
enjoy Hawaii.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you.
Bye.
We'll see you
All
later.
right, bye. Bye.